Hey YouTube, the guy from Hell99 here, and today I'm just really going to show you how to make a pretty good action video with Sony Vegas Pro 9. This is a major editing software, and you can get it for free by using torrents, and it's pretty good. So it doesn't take up much space, but go ahead and get it. It's really good for making high action movies. So what we're going to start with is we're going to bring down our videos. And you're going to want to cue it up to about the part where you're going to come in or edit out parts that you don't want in the video by just really resizing it. Or if you have a part in the video that you do not like let's say where I come in this video. If you don't like that, you can just press S on the part that's where it starts, and press S where the part it finishes, and then just delete that scene. But I don't want to do that. So yeah, that's basically all you do. Just delete what you don't need. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Let's see, about to the part where I start, right about there. So I'm just gonna go. Oops. Oh dang it! Now I have to re-cue it. Now I'm gonna press S right about there. Delete that, and just cue that up. Now what I like to do with my videos is I like to add some serious contrast, and maybe just say soft contrast, but I'm actually adding heavy contrast right here. Just drag that in there, and boom, you have really heavy contrast. This really makes the video suspenseful. I use this in like almost all my videos. If you watch my Bernstein and One Shot One Kill, if you haven't, then go watch them. So after we get our contrast in there, basically all you do is just drag it and you get it to the point where you want it. So just pull in the contrast, and this is the first part of the video. As you can see up here, there's no sound because I'm using a microphone. Yeah, that's the first part of the video. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our project media and pull in the next part of the video, but we have to cue it up again. So I do a lot of walking around. Let's see, about there is where I think. Alright, so right about there is when I go outside. So just delete this little scene and pull that in. What I also like to do is if I'm transiting to another scene, I like to pull these two together so that they're mixed like this. And I go to my transitions, and I go to flash, and I put in a really hard flash, and I just leave it like that. And this is how it looks like after you've had it. Does a nice hard flash. Wait a second. There's a part I forgot to edit out. Right about there is where that part edits out. So after you get your hard flash in there, it looks like this. And that looks really professional if you're changing it up. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to cue it up to about the point where I'm already inside. That's right about there. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this beginning scene. And the flash should get me in there pretty nicely. About to the point where I really should be in the video. So yeah, that's about where I should be when I'm walking past here. I'm just going to go ahead and shorten that up because I stopped the camera. So next scene is right here. And we haven't even put in gun effects because I do shoot, and I'm going to show you how to do that right after I pull in this scene. Alright, so now that we have this clip down there, I kind of walk out of the shot. This is about where I come in, so I'm going to go ahead and drag that in. So you can see as I can't speak today. As you can see, I'm just come into the shot and start shooting. And right about there is where I'm going to end it because I do a bunch of useless crap that doesn't really make sense. So that's where I start shooting my gun. Now I'm going to go ahead and add in my heavy contrast so I don't forget, and I need to add it into the other video too. And my phone went off. Sorry guys, I had a phone call, so I'm probably going to edit that part out. But basically, I'm just going to add in my contrast. Like I said, it just depends on what you like. to add in. I like to add in some high trim, and I do not like to add in tint, although it would be good in Call of Duty parodies. If you were to get like shot and downed, put it as like a red tint like that, and that would make it seem really good. I might actually use that for this video. Not too sure, but I'm not going to add that in at the moment. So it looks pretty good right now. I am going to add the heavy contrast to the previous video because I never did. So heavy contrast, drag that in, and now you can notice heavy contrast. So really, now it's time to add in the flares. And flares are pretty fun to do. What I usually do is I cock my gun back and have it make the sound of the gunshot, and that's where I know where I need to cue it up. So yeah, right about where I can see that. Hold on. Right about there is where I start shooting. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull in some media. We're going to pull in a flare. Let me see if I can find a good flare. I can't find my flares. There's a flare. I'm going to pull in both of these. Wait, that's not a good flare. That's my first flare. We're also going to pull in the sound Colt Desert Eagle because I like it. And I'm going to pull in another muzzle flare, see if it works. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Let's see. It's in my downloads. It's this one. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to insert another video track, and we're going to set the composing mode, which is right here, compositing mode, to screen. So that way it takes away the black background and you can just see the flare. Now what we're going to do is resize this because it really needs to be resized. And we're just going to go ahead and see how this plays out. I'm not sure if I can use this flare. I might be able to. That's pretty hard. I'm not sure. Quite possibly. I just need to flip it that way. There we go. We got partially the flare. I think it needs to be flipped like that since I'm kind of holding the gun straight. I mean, it's pretty hard to see because of the contrast, but yeah, that's basically the flare size. And what we're going to do is we're going to basically make this 2 frames long. So what we're going to do is we're going to really size that down, and we're going to zoom in really, really close so that we can see about like this. And we're just going to make this 2 frames long so that after I shoot, it's gone. If you want to do this, what you can do is about halfway through it, when you're at about the 1 second mark. Let's see if I can do this. Right about there. What you can do is you can flip it up, or make some kind of movement. I probably won't because I'm lazy, and it looks fine without it. So here's what we have so far with the first shot. And we have that muzzle flare. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add in the sound effect. And we got to time that up. We're going to zoom in again. And we're just going to go ahead and size this up to about the part where it starts shooting. And we're going to just add, those are more gunshots. We're just going to edit those out. And let's time that up. And here's our first gunshot. And there's supposed to be more continuing after it, but since this is just the first one, that's all we got so far. Here it is with the sound effect with it. My computer's pretty slow, so if it's all laggy and stuff, what I'll do later is I'll just show the video towards the end. Yeah, my computer's pretty bad, but yeah, so I'll just show it towards the end if it doesn't come out right. So now we're ready to add in the next clip. And I just really wanted to do. I wanted to do a first person. My brother is standing right there. But anyway, so I just wanted to do a first person shot. And first person shots are pretty freaking hard to do, but they are possible. And the first shot comes right about here. So I found that it is pretty good for first persons. I used it on a shotgun in my one shot one kill video. So what we're going to do is we're going to make that pretty big, because muzzle flares are pretty big on a handgun. And we are going to try to mask this. It's pretty, I do not like masking. Sometimes I just leave it like that and it looks just fine without it, but hell, I'm going to try masking. So we're just going to mask out the parts that we think it should be at. See, that doesn't look good. I'm not a good masker. Final Cut Pro is pretty good for masking, because you can, it does a really good job of masking. Sony Vegas doesn't, but Final Cut Pro, I've never known how to get it. So we're just going to leave it like how it is. It may not look realistic if you pause the video, but most of the time, I do not pause my video, and people still say it looks good. So we're just going to put it over the gun, and it's just going to look like that. And we're just going to go ahead and pull the Colt Desert Eagle sound down again. Or actually even better, we're just going to copy this one since it's already good and ready to go. And we're just going to paste it right there. And what we should get is this. Well, that didn't look good. Maybe because that's not where I started shooting. That was a fail. That's where I started shooting. Because it didn't look like I had recoil. God, it's not working. Well, let's see if I can get this. Let's see, you have to get this really timed up to the right position. And it's pretty hard to do. So I come around the corner. Well, crap. Maybe you do have to mask. I don't know, this video is giving me trouble with my masking. See, I just don't want to do that. I mean, that looks bad. Maybe we can reposition this to make it look better. Like right about up there. And it should look better now. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Oops. That looks a lot, just way better. Tell me what you think. But yeah. So, that's how you do that gunshot. So that's how you do first person gunshots. And it's really, that's all it is. It's pretty easy. Really, that's how I make my videos. How I make them look really, really good. I just add my contrast. Another way to make your videos look really, really good is use saturation. I never really learned how to use it, so I'm not going to show you how to do it, but you can mess around with it. But really all I do is use transitions and contrast and my video effects, which are screenshots and sounds. Pretty simple stuff for hours of editing. Really, the only reason it takes hours of editing is because I try to use different effects in every video, and it's just really hard to do. I've been trying to get blood effects, but lately it's been no good. I'm trying to get them for free, of course. And I was going to get Action Essentials Pack 2 for free off of Frostwire. But I realized it took 12 gigabytes of space, and that's all I have even less. I have 11 gigabytes of space. So yeah, that's bad. So basically that's all you do. It's pretty simple, actually. Just do your transitions like that. And that's basically it. Thanks, guys. Tell me what you think. Leave a comment. There are torrents to get Sony Vegas. I'm not going to do it because I don't know how to do the torrents anymore. I got Sony Vegas like a year ago. So, just look up different video. I'll try to put the link in the description. Actually, I will put the link in the description. Look down in the description right now, and there should be a link that shows you a video on how to get Sony Vegas for free. Thanks for watching, and the next video coming out should be It Ain't Over Yet. And yeah. Actually, the next video that's going to be coming out is this video that I was showing you guys how to do stuff right here. This is going to be called Breaking and Entering. So, and then the video after should be It Ain't Over Yet. Thanks for watching.